Does anyone actually know what quality clothing is? We've gotten to such an interesting stage in fashion habits and ethics discussed online, praising high-quality, long-lasting products over like fast fashion garbage.
All right, my face is literally in that video, so let's talk about it. First of all, if you have not seen that video, I'm gonna tag the creator down below. Please go watch it. It is one of the most well-informed, well-made videos that I've seen in a very long time on this topic. As someone who has been in fashion for over 7 years, I used to resell designer, I've studied brands, I've studied fabrics, I sew, my mother was a seamstress. I feel like I am somewhat qualified to put in my 2 cents. So this creator goes on to talk about how expensive does not necessarily mean good quality, which I 100% agree with. What actually makes something high quality? Of course, the most obvious one is fabric. It's the choice of fabric. So things that are going to be made out of cotton, wool, silk are going to be generally better quality than things that are made out of polyester. However, that does not mean that 100% cotton dress from H&M with a loose weave and poor stitching is going to be better than a polyester dress from Issey Miyake. Because it goes so much deeper than that. All different kinds of fabrics have different kinds of densities, they have different weaves, they are manufactured differently, they use different chemicals in their production, and all of this plays into the quality of the fabric that is used in the garment. If you're looking at a cashmere sweater, for example, we associate cashmere with that fuzzy, really soft fabric. However, did you know that high quality cashmere is actually not that fuzzy because it is made out of longer fibers, therefore it doesn't pill nearly as fast as cheaper cashmere does. As well as the construction of the garment. So even if you use the best fabric but the construction is just subpar, it is not going to make for a high quality garment. For example, if you're buying a pair of jeans, even if they're 100% cotton, but the seams aren't reinforced, the buttons aren't reinforced, it's not going to be a long wearing piece of clothing. Even if you're buying a natural fabric garment, but the seam finishing, for example, is not appropriate for that fabric. So for example, if you're buying a silk shirt, but the seams are serged instead of French seamed, it already tells me that there were shortcuts made in the manufacturing process. Obviously, things like loose threads and uneven seams are already a huge red flag. But also the fit of the garment, the tailoring, the structure of the garment is extremely important. Are pieces lined? Are there darts in appropriate places? Does it fit well everywhere? Or are there places where they've cut corners and the fit just isn't right? Of course, I would not consider a garment high quality unless it is ethically produced. Are the artisans getting a livable wage? Is it sustainably made? Are they trying to at least minimize their environmental impact? All of this, for me, is what makes a high quality garment. If you want to learn more about this, I do suggest reading some books. I also suggest going to higher end stores that you know are incredible quality. That way you know what to look for when you're shopping. I hope this was helpful, and if there's anything you want me to go in depth in, let me know.